Shall we talk about football? Let's talk about football. The Wyoming Cowboys, everybody. Fresh off of our worst season in a decade, but we did get a bowl win. This should be an interesting little off season. We'll have some player renaming to do, yada yada, yada yada. You get the point. Of course, we lost everything. My life is ruined. My passion is dead, and that is because we extended our offensive coordinator again. He's a level 3. Huh. I wonder what's happened over the last 2 years that has caused our record to go down. Drew, do you have any ideas? Any thoughts, ponderances over what the problem could be with this team that has caused us to decline over the last 2 seasons, where you coincidentally have been here for those past 2 seasons? Sheer coincidence. But we're stuck with them. We are stuck with them. So that sucks. That absolutely sucks. But it is what it is. Somebody asked about the man, the myth, the legend known as Jim. And I actually do not know where good old Jim is, because he doesn't have a first name and it's not showing him anywhere. There he is. He's the defensive coordinator at New Mexico. That makes sense. That makes sense. I don't know if there's been any new head coaches. I don't know. Do I care? Not necessarily. At the top of the board, I care. Not a single change at the top of the board. ACC, Iowa fired Esposito, brought in Greg Gasparato. And Mike Tressel is the new head coach at Michigan after Jim Harbaugh retired. So, Jim ended up at New Mexico like we should have. Well, hey. And in the Sun Belt, Lane Kiffin is still there for Monroe. There you go, Mr. Kiffin. There you go. Let's get to the bad news. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. At quarterback, we say goodbye to Red Baron Showdown, who was actually pretty decent this year. He wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. He could run. He was fleet of foot. Even though our record this year was pretty bad. At tight end, we say goodbye to Prime Cock, a legend known as Prime Cock. On the offensive line, we say goodbye to Run That By Me Again, which they did, and Wrong Scholarship, as well as Billy the Teen, who absolutely sucked, and right tackle Greg Made Riley Salty. Defensively, we say goodbye to Mrs. Foley's baby boy. First round pick coming up, which is never really, really nice. We also say goodbye to Wicca Wicca Wild Wild West. And at defensive tackle, we are absolutely saying goodbye to Wyoming Isn't Real and Yellow Ranger's Massive Dong. However, Pearl Harbor Puppy is trying to go pro a year early. And hopefully he'll stay. Thank God he'll stay. All right. LFC, what's going on, by the way? Completely agree. And Baffle, good to see you as well. I hope you were doing well. I enjoyed the Fortnite. Part of me last night was like, should I ask him to play? But I didn't want to interject. And he didn't stream for that much longer afterwards anyway. Wanted Dead or Alive also graduates, as does Sheriff Slowpoke Sam and Big Balls 24. In the secondary, we say goodbye to Zimbabwe. Reminder, if Donnie Bra shows up in chat, let him know that Zimbabwe went you know what? I'm gonna make a pinned comment. It's gonna be in all caps. Hi, Donnie. Zimbabwe went pro. There we go. And now we'll pin that for whenever Donnie shows up. There it is. Also, Kane Dewey graduates as well. Baffle, I will absolutely take advantage of that, by the way. I don't know what it is. I've been really bad. I go through these phases of being like, I kind of like Fortnite again. I don't like this game. I kind of like this game. And it's been more consistent because of no build. I don't have 12-year-olds dabbing on me because I am an average builder. We also say goodbye to our kicker, Cletus Horse Cleats, with a career percentage of 77%, which makes him the greatest kicker in the history of this program. That is, again, a lot of talent that we miss out on, but thankfully Pearl Harbor Puppy is sticking around. Very good, very good. We won't have any transfer requests, and I'll bring up our conference list here. We won't have any transfer requests because we did have the full 25 scholarship-wise. Case in point. Let us get to the final week of recruiting then. Let's do it. Let's do it. Get ready for a new cornerback rotation. God. And there we go. A little bit of extra XP. We'll always take that. Off to signing day. The biggest thing is going to be the player repositioning and just seeing who ends up where. Knowing that we'll have a better team this year, on paper, at least. Shout out to Hawks. He never goes away. Hawks, thank you for the bits. Muted, what's up, by the way? I hope you are well. Again, we will never have a top class. Matter of fact, we were 87th with 6 3-stars, 2 15-stars, 15 2-stars, 2 15-stars. What would be a 15-star prospect? What would be a 15-star prospect? Also, we lost program prestige. We're down to a 4-star. We were a 5-star for years and years and years, but we are down to a 4-star after a rough season. 3 Bo Jacksons in a trench coat. Damn it, you are a 15-star. I mean, hey. All right. Well, that's Tim Tebow's a 15-star recruit. Damn right. Damn right. Okay. Position changes. We need to get back on track here after that rough season. We only have 2 athletes. We got Peter Van and Jamal Powell and LFC. Indeed, I did see the trailer. Still not getting my hopes up. How tall was that guy? 6'8", 242. Sir. Oh, he'd be a really below average tight end. O-line, D-line. Damn it. I wish we could put this guy at wideout. I do. What's his catch rating? 55. He'll just never make it as a good tight end or a running back or a wideout. That's a shame. Really quickly. 3, 6, Mafia, 9, 13, 16 offensive linemen. Yep, that monster is going straight to the defensive line. There you go, Mr. Powell. Have fun on the D-line, my man. Have fun, have fun. And hello, everybody that I haven't said hello to yet. Thank you for joining me for, again, another lovely night of this nonsense. Running back or wide receiver for Peter Van. We'll decide on that in a minute. A lot of quarterbacks. Kai and Ty will be a 90-plus by the time we start the season. So he is the guy. How a white man runs the football, I think, still had to be a QB. He does. Play Fortnite with Crash Andrews. Still a quarterback. Larry Banks, the 6'6" scrambler. Holy hell, I didn't realize this guy was 6'6". Whew. Eat your heart out, Cam Newton. So he could be moved to running back. He'd be a 68 at running back. I'm hoping Tony McMillan can be moved. Oh my god, he's huge too. He's also listed as scrambler, but he's not as big. Shiz. So we pretty much have a choice. We can make Larry Banks a running back, or McMillan is likely to get cut. Especially given the fact that McMillan's a junior and worse than Banks. What's the throw power for McMillan? Oh my god. 78 and 78. The other guy at least has a cannon. He just has no accuracy. I think we're going to leave Banks at quarterback and move, probably end up, moving to cut McMillan, unfortunately. If we have to cut people. At running back, there goes my hero. Is definitely the starter this year. Blazing Saddles could be a decent enough wideout. We have plenty of wideouts already, though. Let's keep him at running back because that is his best position. Same for pay no attention. Actually going to double check these. Blazing Saddles can't play quarterback either. Imagine if they were hockey players. I mean, fair enough. Let's have everybody at their highest rated position. And see if we can make up the numbers from there. Of course, we have the walk-on fullback. Well, I'm going to end up cutting this year, which means we will need probably 2 fullbacks. But that's okay. At wide receiver, locker room fight club could be a quarterback, but again, we don't really need him there. He could also play in the secondary. Doesn't quite have the speed to be in the secondary that I prefer, though. Wideout's probably fine then. Wilson is actually a better running back than wideout. That's right, we had that decision before. Blazing Saddles will go up in rank, though. Peter Van was running back or wideout. You're cute. I know it. I need you to tell me. I know it. Let's see. What do we want to do? What do we want to do here? Because I kind of want to base it off of speed. As to where we have the faster options at wide receiver. As opposed to running back. That might be the better way to do it. Even if they're not as highly rated. Or we just do it off of the catching rating. I just think there might be different ways we have to go about making this team. Let's focus on different positions here really quickly so that we can at least make some progress while I try to figure out the best way to go about that. Kicker this year will be Brokeback Mountain. Wyoming goes to punter. Let's see. At the secondary positions, let's see if we can put please catch the ball. I would say the linebacker. He's just not a good linebacker. Daniel McCoy. You can at least move the linebacker. You're still a little bit too slow. We'll do 85 speed and up. For the secondary, 79 should be fine. Eric Weeks obviously has the speed to be a good enough safety. This is not quite working out how I want it to work out in terms of who the hell is playing where. Shout out to Florida State, by the way. What's going on? I'm going to set this up how I typically set things up. And we'll see where we stand at that point. Because I'm not sure what these numbers are going to be. Honestly. Little bit worried about the makeup of our team here. Let's not worry about overall. Let's just plain numbers, get people where I think they could be best, figure out what the numbers are for who can play where, and take it from there. Because there is that pressure. We need to be better this year. We cannot finish one game over 500. So 3. We are going to need at least 3 dudes moving over because we need 3 of each safety, which means we'd have 3 corners right now. So we need 89 speed. Sarsaparilla can move back. 83. Another 89 speed, and Joe Nugent can move back. So can James Carroll. And honestly, we'll move Pat Matushi back over as well. Okay. Yeah, we don't have perfect numbers the way I'd prefer us to have, but it is what it is. Although I do wonder if certain other people might not be better. Like, some of these guys were athletes. Would they be better to move over to wide receiver or running back at this point? Or do we just commit to saying, no, they are where they are? I mean, Martial Law would only be a 67 rated wideout anyway. Are any of these guys good offensively? 74 and a 73 for Tugnas. I think we have enough wideouts as it is. It's just, again, getting people into the best position possible. I think I'll leave that for the moment. Let's see what we can do linebacker-wise. I am actually very, very worried about what this team's going to be looking like. Oh my god, please just move him over. Thank you. Alright, so let's see. Slim Shady gets 1 point better on the outside. Jack Wagon's just as good. Weeks is just as good. Dirty Dan's just as good. Andrews is just as good. Prairie Phantom gets worse. McCoy gets better on the outside. And catch the ball is the same. So we need one more guy from the D-line to play linebacker. That'll be Hi My Name Is that moves back over. Technically move one of these two over as well. Got the 3 there. Hi My Name Is was better on the outside, so we can move him in a second. 81, 77. Let's move Eric Weeks actually isn't going to get any better, but let's move him to the middle. Hi My Name Is to the outside, and that should have us with the base numbers we need at linebacker. Pretty sure it's 3, 3, and 3. Please Catch the Ball is much worse at linebacker than he is at secondary position, but that should be okay. Still a hell of a lot of defensive tackles, but we're very strong in that position. And then let's figure out the defensive line. 3, 1, 2, 3. I think again we can move Silva back to defensive tackle. Let's move you to the left, you to the left, you to the left, and that should be good. I know who I'm going to use for my Dynasty mode in SEC. Definitely not Bama. Definitely don't start Bama from scratch. Don't do it. I can't believe how many good defensive tackles we have been finding lately. We might as well just move Matt Silva over again. Even it up at 4 and 4. Linebackers 3, 3, and 3. That works. You know, let's do that very stupid idea. I'm going to put Peter Van as a running back because he doesn't quite have the 90 speed. Anybody over 90 speed, I want as a wide receiver. I want our fastest players possible at wideout instead of at running back. Which means we can move Fight Club back over. Connor Wiggins. Like, I need players that can actually have an impact in the backfield. Or at wideout, I should say. Just pure speed options there, which is good. Now, can any of you guys play in the secondary? Wilson can't. McApee cannot. There goes my hero. Cannot. Blazing Saddles. Now, there goes my hero. Was a really good running back for us last year, but again, we need that playmaking ability at wideout. Looks like none of these guys can move over, which is okay. So in the running back position, pretty overloaded at this point. Genuine Pony, could he move to the secondary? No, he couldn't. No, he can't. And then what about 50 Cent Nickelback, who was a much better wideout last year? I think we're going to move these two with the 89 speed back over. So we got 5 wideouts. We know that Kai and Tai is the guy for the next 2 years. There's really no point in having anybody else that can play a different position, like a running back wideout, you know, a former athlete. There's no point in having them at wide receiver. 0. Okay. Because I know Locker Room Fight Club could play QB, but I think we're all right. Got the wideouts sorted. Let's double check tight end and fullback. That's a -7 for that guy. Mayhew, -5. He's a -3. Major's 4 points better. Might as well just leave him there. Yeah, that works. That works. Okay, so the last thing then is just the O-line and the secondary. I should just leave certain people there. I probably don't have to do the full reset every time, but that is okay. Can you tell that I'm panicking after 2 straight seasons of not getting a promotion? I feel like we could easily be here for another 4. I don't like it. I don't like that we lost that prestige star at all, because that could really hurt our recruitment. I don't like this this step back that we've taken. I don't like it at all. You have a lot of jerseys in the back, and I have a hell of a lot more right over there. A hell of a lot more. So, you know. Oh, I actually got that pretty much back in frame. That 87 running back to wideout is wild. It is. But I think it'll work. I'm confident that it will work. And with great confidence comes great womfidence. Because I don't really care about having a great running back. Call me Bill Belichick. I don't care about great running backs. Anybody can pick up yards. I need people who can make plays at wide receiver right now. And the best way to make plays is to be fast as fuck. That's what these guys are. That is the new game plan. God damn it. Yeah, there goes my hero. Might be a 90-plus running back, but who cares? He can be an 80 wide receiver. That's the key. So really quickly, the offensive line and the secondary. Get this sorted. I'm mostly looking at college football jerseys. That is fair. There are a lot of sports I'd like to collect jerseys for, but it's not an inexpensive hobby. Can you call it a hobby? I guess you could. I looked at Tui, didn't I? Yeah. Mark Smith, we can move to the interior. Touch grass on the outside. Move Sundance Kid over stem. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Appreciate it. And welcome in. Collecting is a hobby. Well, then there you go. All right. Let's move you over to right tackle. Let's move you over to right tackle. And let's move you over to right tackle. For the interior, a +2 for Sunday Red. +2 for Mr. Mustard. Stratton's only a +1. Senior Citizen's a +4. Instruments a +4. Jacobs is a +2. Smith is a +3. Kid's a +1. +1. +2. So we'll move Smith over. Let's move you to right guard. We'll move you to right guard. And we'll move you to right guard. So we do have some offensive line depth, which is very nice. Then for the secondary. Law's only a +1. Dugnas stays the same. Mullet back's a +2. Dog's a +2. Parker's a +1. Fine's a +1. Nugent is a +7. The Booty Daddy is a +8. Sarsaparilla is a +8. Pat Matushi is a +6. Fine is only a +1. Lee is a +5. Carroll, that's an insane jump, and Harrell also an insane jump. 6 corners should be enough to not have a walk-on. Then for the safeties, no gain, +1, +1, no gain. Latushi is a -3, so Sarsaparilla and Nugent will move over. Harrell will move over, and Lee will stay there. We're set. At least as set as we're gonna be. We'll see if the panic pays off, especially screwing myself out of a 90 rated running back once training is done, but I think it'll be okay. I think. Kai and Tai is a 93 for his junior year. Oh, man. If we're going to win a national title, it's going to be with this guy at the helm. White man runs the balls, the backup quarterback still, and then play Fortnite with Crash Andrews behind them. We got 3 80 rated running backs. To be honest, that should be good enough. That should be good enough. Especially like the acceleration of Locker Room Fight Club. So, I'm all right with that. Our fullback's up to a 79. Wide out. There we go. That's looking better. 99 speed for Wilson Wilson. We wanted pace at that position, and now we have it. Now we have it. Tight end, certainly not as strong of a position as it used to be. Winkle's looking good on the O-line. Center position, oh my god. Is Mayo an Instruments a sophomore and he's already an 87? Good lord. Let's see, defensively, looking good, especially at DT. I mean, 4-3 setups are going to be insane with those 2 defensive tackles. Absolutely insane. Middle linebacker's a little bit weak. Corner position's looking great. And again, look at the speed. Look at the speed. Absolutely tremendous. Even at safety. Kicker's up to a 96, 90 rated punter. Big thing they're lacking is height. Correct. That is correct. But even at running back, I mean, we'd have a 6'3 guy and a 6'2 guy. That's about it. We wouldn't have that much height anyway. So, we stand our short kings here at Wyoming, okay? We do. We have to cut 9 players. Shit. Shit. Well, first and foremost is the walk-on fullback. Nope. I'm stupid. I knew I should have moved like a quarterback over. All right, that sucks. I'm an idiot. I knew I was an idiot too, but I still didn't do it the way I knew I should have done it. Dummy. Dummy. You don't have to cut players. I do have to cut players. I do, though. You need 2 fullbacks minimum. What is this, 2002? Indeed. Indeed it is. All right. Walk-ons there. A lot of people at defensive tackle. Oh, man. Not great. Not great, not great. Game doesn't penalize you for having too many players on the roster. Does it, though? Does it, though? I don't trust, though, that hitting the advance the next stage button won't just auto-cut players off the team. I don't trust that. You might be right, but I don't trust that at all. Not one bit. But now we got to find out. And if you're wrong, you get bopped. There we go. Let's see. Let's see. Is somebody smarter than the average bear? Let's find out. Let's see. Best way to double check, because I don't want to count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 people in a row. Let's find out. Is the most recent follower to this channel getting absolutely bopped? Let's find out. I hope I'm not wrong. You better hope you're not wrong, or you just wasted valuable time. That's bop worthy if you're wasting valuable time. That is bop worthy. Motherfucker isn't even sure. Well, hey, hold on. I had the extra save file. It's fine. It's fine. We'll find out for sure. We'll find out. As the old saying goes, if he indeed fucked around, he's about to find out. So here we go. We have 10 on Slim Shady. 20 on Fat McAfee. 30 on Magnum TA Cowboy. 40 on Blake Mayhew. 50 on Genuine Pony. 60 on Matt Silva. 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is 70 on the dot, meaning that it automatically cuts people. Say it with me now. You're out of here. Enjoy the 600 seconds. Oh, hey. It was worth it for a good laugh, at least. Back to cut players. There we go. There we go. All right, so let's figure out the players that we have to get rid of. You know, 9 of them. And I can't get rid of that fullback because I'm fucking stupid. We pretty much already know Tony McMillan's gone. He's out of here. Running back wise. Ugh. I mean, shit. Locker Room Fight Club as a senior. The other 2 ahead of him are juniors. The guy behind him are juniors. I'm gonna be honest, Locker Room Fight Club's probably gone. Sorry to Locker Room Fight Club, but you lost your job, sir. You lost your job. I'm honestly tempted to get rid of Gord, but I'm gonna need that 3rd running back. Wiggins stays for now because he can be redshirt. We can't get rid of the fullback because I'm stupid. At wide receiver, pay no attention, is a senior and not that good. So sorry to pay no attention, but you're out of here, my man. Goodbye. Why is cutting before redshirting? Because this game hates you. Never forget that this game hates you, it hates me, it hates us. Greg Wyatt could go. Check left tackle again. Touch some grass. He's a senior who's not even going to be starting in his position. So we'll get rid of touch some grass. Hate to say it, but he's got to go. Hard times could also go, but we'll see if there's anybody else that makes more sense to get rid of here. Defensive tackle, he's never gonna play, so fuck this shit, I'm out. You are indeed out. You have been cut.
I'm just trying to walk.
Who else do we got? Shout out to J Twee Wizzy Oral Sheks from Louisiana State University, California Technical Poly College. Fucking Key and Peele ass name is that? Jesus Christ. Hey, give it a follow though. Welcome in. We're not really going to have any room to cut anybody in the secondary. At best, it's old Pat Matushy that we get rid of, which I'd prefer not to. Damn. Oh, and the raid as well. What a guy. I mean, I just presume that good old oral sex with you is a guy, you know? I can only presume. Let's see. What else are we gonna get rid of? I hate to say it, Gord bless America. Down with America. Sorry, Gord. You're out of here. You are out of here. I still got 3 people left to get rid of. Son of a bitch. Marquez Ralph is 6'4". Oasis by Wonderwall. 6 foot, 6'2", 6 foot. It's got to be Oasis by Wonderwall, who's also out. 2 players left to get rid of. Let's get rid of Greg Wyatt on the O-line. One more guy. It should have been the fullback, so now I have to cut someone I don't want to get rid of because I'm stupid. AKA I am Texas. Let's go for I hate to say it, Old Zealand. Although, God, that means we'd have to bring in a defensive tackle next year. The top 2 were seniors. Yeah, I got no choice. Old Zealand, I'm sorry. You're out of here. We got down to 70. It wasn't pretty, but it never is. Let's finalize our conferences for next season with the promotions and the relegations. And then we'll get into renaming some people before the start of this new season. Need a post-it note on your monitor to keep 2 fullbacks. Well, again, the thing was, I'm like, oh, we have 2 fullbacks. When I'm like, oh, I can't have that guy stay there. I needed to move somebody over to that position. But I'm stupid, so I didn't do that. Level 3 offensive coordinator is just absolutely killing me. It is absolutely killing me. Anyway, let's do this. In the Sun Belt, Western Michigan have been promoted in favor of Marshall, and San Antonio have been relegated for Arkansas State. So again, it is Arkansas State and Western Michigan up from the Sun Belt to the SEC, and down from the SEC, Marshall and San Antonio to the Sun Belts. Or again, big shout out to Oral Sex for the raid. You got to have at least more than 1 viewer to get the alert. You got to earn it. You got to earn it, though. You got to earn it. We'll see if Monroe can finally advance next year. In the SEC, advancing as champions, Georgia Southern, as they will be replacing Temple, and James Madison are down for Southern Mississippi. So again, that is Georgia Southern and Southern Miss up to the Pac-12 from the SEC, as Temple and James Madison fall down to the SEC from the Pac-12. Here you go. Let's see. Ohio being promoted as champions of the Pac-12 in favor of Kentucky, and Washington State is down for the Buffalo Bulls. So that is your new look Pac-12, with Washington State and Kentucky being relegated and taking the place of Buffalo and Ohio. Shout out to Buffalo, getting it done. Another promotion. In the Mountain West, Rutgers have been promoted as champions. They'll be taking Virginia's spot. And East Carolina is down for Florida Atlantic. So as your new look Mountain West. Again, Rutgers and FAU promoted, with Virginia and East Carolina having been relegated. My goodness. Virginia just continue to fall. It's crazy. For the MAC, promoted as champions, Army up to Conference USA as they take over for Arizona State, and the Green Wave of Tulane are down for Navy. So again, Army and Navy both promoted into Conference USA, while Arizona State and Tulane have been relegated to the MAC. For Conference USA, Purdue have been promoted as champions. They'll be taking the spot of Memphis, while Boise State have been relegated for NC State. That is your brand new look at Conference USA. Just realized the webcam was still up there for a second. Apologies for that, but I can go back over what the conferences look like. Matter of fact, we can do it right now. Again, for the MAC, we were hidden over San Jose State, Wake Forest in the Mountain West, Washington State in the Pac-12, Western Kentucky would have been hidden in the SEC, and the Sun Belt would have been San Antonio that we saw relegated down. Back to the Big Ten, promoted as champions, Colorado, as they will be taking over for Georgia Tech, meaning that Arizona have their spot replaced by Michigan State. So that is your brand new Big Ten, with Colorado and Michigan State having been promoted to the Big 12 and relegated down Arizona and Georgia Tech. So again, we will be... Hey, there you go. You got the extra person. Got to oral sex with you for the raid of 2. So we are in a division, because obviously we're not, whatever. I appreciate the effort on the joke. 3rd time's the charm on the raid. We are now in a division with Arizona, California, Purdue, Texas Tech, and Tulsa. Fuck. That's not going to go well. In the Big 12, promoted as champions, the Minnesota Golden Gophers, as they'll be replacing Florida State, and North Carolina are relegated for Virginia Tech. So again, it is Minnesota and Virginia Tech up to the American, and Florida State alongside UNC relegated to the Big 12. One step ahead of us. And then for the American, Nebraska promoted as champions. They'll be taking Iowa's spot, while the Texas Longhorns are down to the 3rd tier and lose their spot to Clemson. So the Longhorns, who put the beatdown of a lifetime on us last year, ended up getting relegated anyway. Those damn conference games, they're tricky. And then that brings us to the 2nd tier ACC, promoted as champions to the Superior 6, UCLA, who will take over for Notre Dame, and Mizzou. Mizzou, they are down for the Georgia Bulldogs. So again, it is Georgia and UCLA into the Superior 6. Another raid from oral sex with you. Goddamn. 2 in a row? That's a lot of sex. Christ, you gotta give me a break? I'm just a man. I mean, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak and spongy. Your Superior 6, Georgia, Ohio State, Penn State, Texas A&M, USC, and UCLA. Tremendous, tremendous stuff. Shout out to USC, of course. Another national title in the past season. With that, everybody, we're ready for more pain, but not before renaming some players, as we do.